It's a beautiful thing when you can talk football and really mean it, like not have to create conversation around football. It's Onorato and Miller. It's Chris. It's Ash. Interesting comments from Archie Manning, the great Archie Manning, the grandfather of Arch. Everybody wants to know, will his grandson play or start 1 year at Texas and then go to the NFL draft? Archie has some strong feelings on
thoughts?
that. Another
What does Grandpa know?
Paternal and then son quarterback situation happening. Shedeur Sanders going to get a start for the Cleveland Browns preseason week number 1. I'm locked in. That's Friday night at 7. I'm in.
I was going to say, generally that's of no interest because if it's the first preseason game, it's like, nobody's playing. But this is interesting because you want to see what, if anything, he's going to do.
You know, I'm a fan of him. Yep. I'm in 100%. We've got something going on tomorrow night, but there will be TVs. I will be watching as much of that as I can.
Get it?
It's on the NFL Network.
Oh, perfect.
Baseball. We're right in it in August. Yankees and Mets going in the wrong direction. We'll try to diagnose what's going wrong for them after some deadline deals were made to ideally make them stronger. A really cool barrier will be broken in Major League Baseball over the weekend. We'll talk about that. And NASCAR comes to Watkins Glen this weekend. We'll talk with driver Chase Briscoe on the show. Let's get going.
This is Onorato and Miller, sponsored by Alpenhaus.
Alpenhaus Saratoga Eagle with Michelob Ultra, our friends at Novice, Performance Industrial, and Marcella's with us every week here on Onorato and Miller. All right, Ash, this was the headline that grabbed a lot of people's attention in the last 10 hours, I would say. Archie Manning was speaking with a Texas publication and just put it plain black and white. He'll be at Texas when asked about his son Arch potentially going to the NFL after this junior season, which will be his first starting. And what we've learned, and I don't know, people may dismiss this and go, it's his grandfather. Let me tell you something. Archie orchestrated the Eli Manning Giants-Chargers trade. That was Archie saying, we are not going to play for San Diego. Okay, and Eli, who knows how much say he had in that. Peyton played all 4 years at Tennessee. Eli played all 4 years at Ole Miss. Archie obviously played all 4 years at Ole Miss way back in the day. This feels like it was probably the plan all along. Yeah. The Manning family knew Quinn Ewers is there. Mm-hmm. We don't need Arch to start right away. Okay, when he gets his shot, he's going to be there all 4 anyway. I don't know that this is a huge surprise to people who are in the inner circle. Steve Sarkisian, even the Cleveland Browns, right? Jimmy Haslam was like, hey, you look at the track record of the Manning family, I wouldn't bank on Arch being there for the first pick. And so tanking this season for him doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, I don't think so either. And this is going to sound strange, but the lineage means something, and going to college for 4 years, getting your education, completing that diploma, walking across the stage, it obviously means something to that family. So if you can handle the idea that Arch could break a leg at any moment and things happen, like, okay, good for you. Like, you're setting your priorities. I can appreciate that.
And also, look, in the age of
who knows if he's going to be ready?
Legal NIL and pay for play.
Right. He'll be just fine.
Arch Manning will make plenty of money this year, and if he stays at Texas next year as well. So it's not like he's losing money here.
No, the opposite of that.
But there would be more guaranteed dollars by getting drafted number 1 over. Yes, to your point. We don't even know if he'll be ready. And so I take this with a grain of salt to say, if he lights the world on fire and Texas wins the national championship
and
change. Arch wins the Heisman,
things change.
Then, okay, maybe we are coming out after our junior year. I'm a firm believer in this. The later I get in life, you are only as loyal as your options. So if a better offer comes along, guess what?
Yeah.
Now I've changed my mind, and that's okay. And what has set my mind in motion down this path of only loyal as far as your options, all these coaches
Dream
who
job,
start a
dream
press
job,
conference
dream
with,
job. It's my
this
dream
is my
job.
dream job. I plan on being here for a long
Nothing
time.
makes
Rick
me-
Pitino, and I get it. But Pitino gets to Iona, and I'm sure he didn't think he'd get another shot somewhere
Nothing
else
makes
after
me
everything he
crazier.
went through. And he thought, hey, I'm going to retire here. He said those words at Iona.
Nothing makes me crazier.
Guess what? Now it's St. John's for a few years. Like, so
Why do
I
we
don't
speak in
I
such
don't
extremes?
right. I don't blame the coaches for leaving for a quote better situation
Sure.
or more money or whatever. I don't blame them for that. I blame them for being dumb enough to say what they say at these
Mhm.
press conferences. You're trying to win the press conference and make everybody happy. But Jamie and Christian came to Siena,
Mhm.
and I thought, whoa, that is one honest statement.
Stepping stone.
He said, I'm happy to be here. I view this as a very good job, but it is not my desired end all, right? So like
I love it.
I view this as a stepping stone. There are other things I want to accomplish in this profession, in the world of college basketball. Okay, hey, that's
I mean,
people may not love the
that's
honesty.
not what
but
your
it's
boss wants to
honest.
hear.
Yeah.
But he didn't say it till the press conference,
Right.
probably, so you might be okay.
So anyway, my point here is I do think that Arch will stay all 4 years. But again, this quote in August doesn't mean anything in January if the confetti is falling down on Texas and Arch has already won a Heisman.
Yeah, I mean, if you win a Heisman and you win a national championship, there's no way to surpass that in your senior season. You can't go back.
So this is interesting too, right? My brother points out Manning family might want to see how the NFL season goes.
Right.
What team is going to have the number one pick? Is
The
it
Jets?
Is it a team we want to go to?
Right.
And we feel like we will be the number one pick. Okay, then maybe we come out.
Yep.
Interesting thought there, right? And maybe you put this out there into the universe to discourage some of the bad teams from tanking. Hey, we don't want to go to New Orleans or we don't want to go to Cleveland. We're not going to encourage those franchises to tank because they think our guy is going to be there. That's possible too. Sam, always good to have you on, buddy. Yeah, and he points out, right, plenty of time.
Well, a year really to change his mind.
To change his
you getting
mind,
drafted or are you not?
Carol's with us as always. Carol, good to see you. Sam, we have not interesting story.
How long
go ahead.
will it be until we go there for the first time? Literally forever. It will be forever.
I mean, not in 2025, right?
We could go years living here.
Oh boy.
I bet.
Yeah.
Like, what reason? We are not the people who frequent Bass Pro Shops.
No.
We don't fish. We don't hunt.
Mm.
We don't drive tractors. I know there is a lot there. We don't drive boats. We have almost nothing to buy at Bass Pro Shop. Right? I'd have to look at their roster of items, but there is probably next to nothing that I know I have friends who have already gone, people who went first day, hung out, say it's beautiful. And I was like, our friend says, it's beautiful. I'm like, it's brand new. Of course it's beautiful. It better be beautiful. If it's not, they've done something wrong.
Yeah. I think, and so Sam points that out here too, because I was just going to say, like,
just to check it out.
That's it, right? Like, we went into the Bass Pro Shop in Memphis.
Yeah. It was
cool.
It was cool. It was enormous in a really cool building. It was cool to walk. It's like a museum almost. You walk around and look at things. But we will buy nothing.
People rave about the fish tank.
Yep, I've heard the fish tank is cool.
Yeah, we're not disparaging Bass Pro Shops.
We will just purchase nothing from there.
We're open house people.
We have nothing. They're not the same.
No.
We have nothing.
They sell a lot of the same stuff, don't they?
Sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. Do you need a kayak? I don't like.
I don't. But
yeah.
If we do, maybe we'll go there.
What would we buy there? I don't know. The place is. And I don't even know that the place is enormous. I feel like if
It's
I walked
probably
in,
not.
I'd go, oh, it's not as big as I
It'll
thought.
look bigger inside than it does outside, I think. I don't think it looks
yeah.
that big outside.
Oh, the building, though, on the side of the highway with all the signage, it's like, whoa, this thing kind of out of nowhere.
But it's not that tall.
No.
So I just think, like, I bet you they make it look bigger on the inside, though.
Yeah.
Because remember, in Memphis, it's in the pyramid.
Very cool.
So you walk in and it's just massive ceilings. Like there's no end.
Yep.
It won't be the same as that.
Right.
So maybe we've spoiled our Bass Pro Shop experience by experiencing the one in Memphis right next to St. Jude.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Shedeur, 7 o'clock Friday
in.
night. I can't wait. And I am not going to be rude to our friends, but I will park myself near a TV when this thing starts Friday night. I want to see how he does.
Yeah, I do too.
And you said something in our open that usually it's not a good sign when you start. What's the?
Because like, I don't know. Isn't generally like your backup or your backup?
Well, everybody's injured, right? So it was either going to be Shedeur or Flacco. And if you're Cleveland, you're like, I know what I'm getting out of Flacco.
And Joe Flacco probably doesn't want to start a preseason game. He's probably like, nope, I'm good. If you don't want to start me in week 1, then you don't start me in week 1.
Yeah.
But I'm Joe Flacco. I am not starting your first preseason.
Yeah, you shouldn't need to see something from Joe Flacco in a preseason game to make you decide whether or not he's week 1 worthy. But with all the injuries to the Browns, they brought in Tyler Huntley. So like, that's a 6th quarterback on the roster. A little bit by default, Shedeur will get the start in the first preseason game for Cleveland. But I think also smart move here from
you want to see him.
Stefanski.
Yep.
Like, hey, okay, he's not getting first-team reps. He's getting third-team reps. Let's put him out there and see what he can do. And if I'm Shedeur, like,
third teamers,
hey, he'll play a little bit with the first team.
2 drives.
I'm grateful. Yeah. This is a great opportunity, right? Like,
especially
instead of playing like the second half of the third quarter and the fourth, I'm getting the start. I'm going to play a little bit with the ones. This is a great opportunity for me.
Yeah, and I think there will be interest. There is inherently interest. I hope he's great. Who are people more interested to see than him? Because the questions swirl so much around him because of the draft day fall and
apparently how he conducted himself in meetings. And
he was a first round pick until he was way less than that. And dad. Dad helps.
The distraction and the tension and I hope he's great.
I think it'll be fun because it'll just create more. Yes. If he sucks, it's like, well, yeah, see, we picked him in the 5th round. Who cares?
Yeah, I think people have learned this about me too. I guess I have my teams, but if it isn't about my team,
then you don't care who.
I root for stories.
Yeah.
It's a better story if Shedeur Sanders is really good.
I hope Dylan Gabriel turns out to be awesome too, though, because then it turns into this like young guns. You've taken them.
I don't know that you're going to find out that both are really good. That's the thing. Is there enough playing time to find out both are really good?
I don't know.
If Shedeur is really good Friday night and then grows momentum in practice.
I don't know. You're probably paying Dylan Gabriel too much to sit him.
Yeah, well, he's a 3rd round pick.
Yeah. To not give him a shot, to give him a reasonable shot.
Yeah. All right, let me take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll get into the training camp stuff here in terms of the trade demands and how things are going in Dallas. What a disaster that is between Jerry Jones and his handshake deal that occurred apparently between he and Micah Parsons. Terry McLaurin, I don't think he's going anywhere, but he needs to be on the field for Washington this season. Mike Vrabel is still in his playing mind.
Yucking it up.
New Patriots head coach getting in the mix of a fight during training camp practice. And awful news for the Chargers, who have high hopes at the beginning of this season to potentially win the AFC West, losing one of their key players for the entire season. We're back in a minute.
Family fun shouldn't cost a fortune. That's why here at Alpenhaus, we have an amazing selection of RVs available under $200 a month. No need to break the bank to find the right RV for you and your family. Shop the nation's top brands, from compact towables to family floor plans. We're sure to have something for every adventurer. Shop online at alpenhausrv.com and come see us in Amsterdam and Saratoga, and we'll make sure you're ready to hit the road this summer. Alpenhaus RV, your total camping outfitter.
A superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
And now, back to Onorato and Miller. Sponsored by Alpenhaus.
All right, here we go, Ash. News that just happened on Thursday. Again, as we do the show live on a Thursday night, if you caught us on TV, glad you found us on My 4 or News Channel 13. But we're on social media live every single week before you would find us on TV. So this happened Thursday. Chargers left tackle Rashawn Slater, who just got paid big 11 days ago, now out for the season, torn patellar tendon. So he wrecked his knee. He was made the highest paid. Are you questioning my anatomy?
No, but so it's your patella tendon or it's your patellar tendon?
I believe there's an R. People just don't pronounce the R.
Oh, I was going to say torn patella.
Yeah,
but that might just be my medically inept mind.
I think it's just.
And then I thought, like, maybe it's a patella
it.
tendon, but you've torn your that wouldn't make any sense. So you've torn your patellar tendon.
Patellar tendon.
Yeah.
There you go. Patellar tendon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I learned something new today. This is what we hope
to
teach Ashley.
Okay, I think it's the patellar tendon, but maybe the kneecap is called the patella.
Yeah,
so
because you've broken patella. You can break your patella.
So people get it confused.
Perfect. Okay, so I don't feel quite as unknowledgeable.
Yeah. So it's patellar tendon.
But it's
because
your
it's a
patella.
tendon attached to your patella. You know, we used to have Dr. Kyle Flick on the show.
Know what?
This segment would have been a lot better with
up his alley.
An expert. Anyway, this is a big blow for LA because I really thought the Chargers, and I still do. I mean, look, I get he's a very important player. He's not the quarterback.
No, but he protects the quarterback.
He does.
That's a pretty important player.
He does. I thought the Chargers had a legitimate shot to win this division. I still think they do. Year 2 of Harbaugh, I think this team looks better, makes the playoffs. I've got them to win more than 9.5 games.
Win what?
So I hope they finish at least 10-7. I think they still can without Slater here.
In your betting app?
But good for Slater, right, to get paid.
I know it
before this happens.
Yeah.
$92 million guaranteed, so he's going to be just fine. But you hope he can come back from an injury like this. And the good news is LA has built up that offensive line. They drafted Joe Alt last year. He played right tackle. My guess is he goes to left tackle. And then Mekhi Becton goes back to the outside instead of playing a guard position. So they might still be in decent shape.
I think they'll be okay. But I said to you, Rashawn Slater, Joe Alt, Mekhi Becton, that has to be close to one of the best O-lines in football.
Yeah.
It's got to be close. If all three of those guys are playing.
And that's what Harbaugh wants to do.
You got to love it if you're Justin Herbert.
Yep.
Now, not as much, but you hope your edges are good.
Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel jumped into a scrum this week. It was a
little fight.
I mess this up all the time.
What?
It was an inter-squad scrimmage because that means multiple teams. Intra is
within yourself.
Right. So it was an inter-squad scrimmage between the Commanders and the Patriots.
We're learning so much. The education value through the roof of this show.
Vrabel gets right in there. The man's a monster.
Does that surprise you?
No.
Yeah, he's nuts.
I've never been alongside him, but he just looks like a large human being.
Yeah.
And gets right in there. He leaves with a bloody cheek. And you say, like,
probably in there with helmets when he's not got a helmet on and he gets...
Yeah, it's like scratched by one of the metal, clasps.
Or he gets hit and it just splits his cheek a little.
So anyway, is this a big deal? I don't think so.
No, but it's great.
Only because the players on the Patriots are like, this is our guy.
Yeah.
It has kind of rallied them, right? He has made it known, I'm gonna fight for you guys, right? I'm in this.
He's
with
breaking
you.
up a fight among them. Like, stop fighting.
Already a lot of positivity around this Patriots team ahead of the year, and now it's through the roof because Drake May is like, oh, look at this guy, and the defenders.
They should have taken that guy the first time around.
New England, where do they finish in the AFC East? The Bills are one.
Could they be second?
They could. A lot of people are down on Miami.
If they're that much better, they could be second. Jets are last.
I think so, but
they are.
Okay. I could see things going sideways in Miami.
Yeah.
And that would be the end, obviously, of Mike McDaniel and what's happening down there.
Boy, strong statement.
I think if the Patriots, if the Dolphins
they finish last in the division.
Yeah. I think if they are 500 or below, that'll be it.
What do we got? Comments?
What are you waiting for in Miami with McDaniel? Right. I don't know.
Ooh, Sam
says last for the Dolphins or the Jets or the Patriots. I don't know. This is kind of the problem with when I don't put up comments quickly enough, I guess. And Carol's talking about Vrabel. Yeah, he was a really good coach in Tennessee, and I think Vrabel got everything he could out of that Titans team, considering the quarterbacks.
Yep.
Like Ryan Tannehill was a nice quarterback, but Tannehill's not going to win you.
He's a game manager, as they say.
A little bit. They did also, Sam says Pats finish last in the division. I'll take that bet. I don't know what the bet is, Sam, but I would bet you dinner that
I agree. The Patriots
don't finish last.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. I don't think either of these players get traded here. Micah Parsons, Terry McLaurin in the NFC East, but the stuff that's going on in Dallas here, I mean, help me make sense of what Jerry Jones is trying to do. He claims there was a handshake agreement between he and Parsons without an agent present, which is illegal, actually. And now Parsons is not only holding out, he wants a trade. I don't think he gets traded. I think a deal gets done maybe like right before the week 1 game. But this is just a mess. Like Jerry,
even if it did happen, the fact that you brought it up in public and said like, "Whoa, we did a handshake agreement."
Yeah,
you gotta know your audience. Micah Parsons and the dude to do that with, like, he's one of the best defensive players in the league, probably deserves all the money he wants, and would be quick to be like, "Yeah, I'm cool. I'm not gonna send me somewhere else." I think if someone leaves, it's him. I don't think it's Terry McLaurin. I think the McLaurin thing is I think they're both a play, but I think it'd be Micah before, because I think he just knows his own value. Like, you have to know your own value if you're him.
And again, somebody who just enjoys the stories maybe more than anything else when it comes to sports. Yeah. It's a better story if Parsons holds out and does get traded.
Yep.
Just makes things a little more interesting, I think. Parsons is going to get a huge contract from somebody somewhere. There's no doubt about that. All right, still have our performance industrial dirty difficult done to get to here. And I will bring up Sam's question here.
It's a good tease.
Who's worse at the present time, Yanks or Mets? We're going to get to that after this break here on Onorato and Miller. We're back in a minute.
At Marcella's Appliance Center, our commitment is to you, providing essential appliances that families depend on for cooking, refrigeration, cleaning, and sanitation, plus appliance repair. You can have peace of mind that Marcella's is here for you today and every day, like we have been since 1957, helping you make the right choice with trusted brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and many more. Shop Marcella's Appliance Center in-store, online, or by phone. We're here for you.
The great thing about Novice is no matter who you are, they're going to put all the detail in the world into your brand. I feel like they have been a big part of my success, making me feel comfortable.
This is Harrison Butker, Super Bowl champion kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. Claim your crown.
And now, back to Onorato and Miller. Sponsored by Alpenhaus.
Chris and Ash back with you here on Onorato and Miller. Sam asked the question, which team is worse right now, the Mets or the Yankees? Well, here's the Yankees situation to get started, because Aaron Judge is now back from the injured list. They're 8-11 since the All-Star break, and now 6.5 back of the Blue Jays in the AL East, and that's good for third place. The Red Sox have jumped them, and they are currently, I think, in the third wild card spot.
Okay.
Right, 3 get in, yeah. So I think that's where they sit. I'll look here. But, yeah, I mean, is Judge enough to get this team? No, you're shaking your head.
No,
already.
I don't think so, because I also think that the Red Sox are trending the other way. The Blue Jays are trending the other way. It's not like everybody's plateaued and is just staying put. Those teams are gaining games while we are losing games. So I think that's the problem. We don't have the time to get healthy and to get right, because things are going to get ugly, and they're going to get ugly quick. 6.5 games back is a long way. I mean, I know it wasn't all that long ago Boston was 6.5 games back of us, but when things are going wrong, they're really going wrong.
Yeah, and they are currently in the third wild card spot here. Yeah, will they make that? Yes and yes, I say.
Ooh. I might go no and yes. At this rate, I don't feel confident.
Definitely on the hot seat.
Yeah. At this rate, I don't feel confident.
I think we're I think we're underestimating Judge's impact in that lineup. He changes everything when he's in there and healthy. And so,
but they struggled before he got hurt. They struggled with him in the lineup. Because he wasn't like smoking hot and everybody else was forgetting how to hit. And you know, there are times when that pitching staff, whether it's the bullpen, I mean, this is funny, and we haven't had this conversation since we were away we were away for the weekend. But we were laughing as we walked out of a hotel in Oswego last Friday night of all of the additions that the Yankees made. They all played for the first time, and the results were horrific. I mean, errors, runs given up all over the place, home runs given up all over the place. It could not have been worse for a guy like David Bednar. I mean, like, it was so bad, and I thought, good, all the guys we just added, it didn't work out. And I know it's one game, but it was kind of funny that, like, every piece that they added at the deadline,
but it's been multiple
somehow had a disaster for that first game.
Who's the reliever who gave up the Jock Peterson home run to send it to extra innings when then the Yankees lost when Devin Williams blew the game?
Well,
Josh Young homer.
Been a whole different story.
And then Bednar struggles.
I mean, like Bednar
Wednesday night.
Bednar threw 45 pitches or 42 pitches last night, Wednesday night, and had like 5 strikeouts in 1 2/3. But why are you throwing 42 pitches in 1 2/3 innings? And he's not the kind of guy that's supposed to throw 42 pitches.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's all going sideways.
We're going to answer Sam's question here in a second. We'll show you what's going on with the Mets.
So
Thursday, we're live here.
Records.
Lost 8 of 9 following a 7-game win. So it's been a big pendulum swing. And yes, Yanks 8-11 since the break. Mets 8-10 since the break. New York Mets are 2.5 behind the Phillies in the NL East. Who's playing worse baseball right now? It feels like the Yankees, but the Mets have lost 8 of 9. Ash.
8 of 9 is tough. I just also think the 2.5 versus 6.5 makes a difference for me. The Phillies are catchable at this point. I'm not so sure that the Yankees can catch what's happening at the top of the AL East. So that's the only real reason. They're both playing bad baseball. None of it's good. But yeah, you've got Juan Soto, and I understand we have Aaron Judge. It's almost like the equivalent. But yeah, for me, it's the Yanks playing worse baseball.
We're going to break a gender barrier in Major League Baseball this weekend. Jen Powell will become the first female to ump a Major League game. She's going to work the Marlins-Braves series over the weekend. So she'll do the doubleheader on Saturday. She'll work the bases. And then Sunday,
plate.
She gets the plate.
All right.
And
I'm gonna watch just for that.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know that I will be able to. We've got some stuff going on this weekend, but we'll see what time the game's at.
probably 1:30.
We'll be in the car. We'll be at a picnic, then in the car. Bummer.
And this is me at the picnic.
I'm watching some highlights. Watching the female umpire for the Braves game.
Yeah. Listen, she's the only reason right now to watch the Braves.
No kidding.
This team is terrible.
The Marlins are kind of fun to watch.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, you point out some of the numbers here in terms of how long it's taken Major League Baseball, which is not a shock. Baseball is always slow.
No, but these were kind of shocked. Like 28 years ago for the NBA?
Yeah, remember?
That's pretty impressive. I don't remember, actually.
Okay.
I don't think.
Yeah.
How old was I 28 years ago? Not that
You don't
young.
have to say. 10 years after the
I
NFL,
was 11.
3 years after Men's World Cup Soccer went. Now, the NHL has never had a female official on the ice, so that
would be cool.
would change at some point. But good for Jen Powell.
Yeah, really
Jersey
cool.
girl,
You love
West
that.
Milford, all-state softball player, played at
Hofstra.
Hofstra, played in 2001 on USA Baseball's women's baseball
Oh,
team.
that's cool. Did some softball umping, right?
Yep.
Before the transition.
And she has umped in spring training the last 2 years.
The beauty of it is, aside from being behind the plate, having it look very different, everything else is the same. I mean, for the most part, everything else, the rules are generally the same. Like, you got an infield fly in softball. You got an infield fly in baseball, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just never called.
Well,
It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, the rules are just so easy to kind of transpose.
And she's been doing baseball.
Yeah, ball looks different
Yeah.
initially coming out of the hand, but the strike zone is still the same. Like, you're using the same general box of where the ball needs to go. So
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, very cool. Good for her. Shohei Ohtani, he struck out 8 guys in 4 innings. The Dodgers lost.
Longest outing of the year for him, or since he's come back.
And so all this stuff is nice here. He's got 39 homers. It was his 1,000th. Whatever. Okay. I am more interested now as they start
Are they in trouble?
to stretch him out. What is his postseason pitching prognosis? Will he be used as a starter / opener, or is he a bullpen guy?
He's a starter.
Okay.
Right.
I think so too, but
Even if he gives you 5, he's a starter. And you got to be able to get to 5. By the end of the year, he's got to be throwing 5.
Yeah.
I would think.
yeah, I think he's a starter also, but the Dodgers have a good amount of pitching in short series. Do they find more value of using him, twice in a 5-game series or 3-4 times in a 7-game series instead of once or twice? I don't know. It'll be interesting how Dave Roberts.
If he's your best
plays this
pitcher, I
thing.
think you go with once, or you live with once or twice. But my thought was too, like, you're going to lose those games. You can't be losing games when Shohei puts up those kind of numbers.
Yeah.
Because their lead is down to 2.5 games over the Padres, and they play 6 times coming up later this month. So
Ooh, fun.
that could get interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Padres were the team that went all in at the
Yep,
trade
the one that
deadline.
you liked all their moves.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a quick break here on Onorato and Miller. Our guest this week on the show is Chase Briscoe, NASCAR driver, firmly in the playoffs here. He's 8th in the standings, and he has that critical victory that you need to really make sure you make the playoffs in the Cup Series. Biggest headline, NASCAR comes to the Glen this weekend, and so Briscoe is getting ready for the challenge that is the road course at Watkins Glen, and that's not an easy place to drive, especially the speeds they pick up, as you'll hear Chase share with us here. That's next right here on Onorato and Miller.
Marcella's Appliance Center, our commitment is to you, providing essential appliances that families depend on for cooking, refrigeration, cleaning, and sanitation, plus appliance repair. You can have peace of mind that Marcella's is here for you today and every day, like we have been since 1957, helping you make the right choice with trusted brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and many more. Shop Marcella's Appliance Center in-store, online, or by phone. We're here for you.
A superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
And now, back to Onorato and Miller. Sponsored by Alpenhaus.
Back on Onorato and Miller, we're getting ready for bowling at the Glen. Chase Briscoe is our guest here this week ahead of that big race in Watkins Glen, of course, not that far from the Capital Region in New York, where Chase, by the way, we just had a brand new, first time in this area, Bass Pro Shops open up, man. The thing is massive. Everybody's been flocking to it, obviously.
Yeah, I saw all the videos on social media, that place opening up. So, yeah, it's always cool. You know, every single Bass Pro is kind of different. They all have their little thing that makes them unique, and that would look pretty dang cool. So, yeah, I might have to go check it out while I'm up there. I don't know how far it is from the track, but I'm going to go fishing while I'm up there on Saturday. So I might need some stuff, so it might come in handy.
All right, there you go. How often do you get out fishing during the season?
Honestly, it just depends on the race weekend. You know, last weekend, there's a little retention pond literally right outside the racetrack. So I went fishing there. And then this week, obviously, I've never fished Lake Seneca before, but I'm going to go try to do that on Saturday after practice and qualifying. So, I mean, truthfully, it kind of depends on my schedule, but then also if there's anything kind of nearby, Daytona and places like that, there's a huge lake literally in the infield of the racetrack. So it kind of makes it a little bit easier. But normally if there's a place to go fish and I got time, I normally try to get over there.
Finger Lakes is such a beautiful region, obviously, where Watkins Glen is, bowling at the Glen. And Chase, I know you know this, but I'll just say it for our audience here. People who love the Glen and who work for Watkins Glen, they love the fact that this is such a unique challenge in the NASCAR season and on the schedule. What makes the Glen so difficult from a driver's perspective?
Yeah, Watkins Glen, just out of any road course, is just so fast. I mean, there's just not very many racetracks, especially road course wise. I feel like in the country for sure, but potentially even the world, that, just have the elements that Watkins Glen have with, the S's and the bus stop and the speed that you carry, to that bus stop. I mean, we're probably nearly, I don't know, for sure over 180. I feel like even close to 190 getting into that bus stop. Like, you're just going so fast for a road course. A lot of road courses that just don't have that kind of mile per hour speed, where Watkins Glen is just extremely high speed. There's, really no corner you ever slow down probably more than 80 mile an hour, where a lot of racetracks that are road courses, I mean, you're down in the 30s and 40s for some of these real tight corners. So it's just a huge challenge because of the speed that you're going, and the faster you're going, the margin for error is normally a lot less. So it just makes it extremely challenging just because of, how fast we are going at Watkins Glen.
And dude, you've been fast all year. 6 poles, bunch of top 10s, top 5s. What's going right with the 19 car this year?
Yeah, it's been really, really good. Especially this last, I would say, 2 months, we've kind of started finding our stride a lot more. And just, with me coming over here for the first year, and just, it took us a little bit of time. I would say those first 2 or 3 months, really until the month of May and June, it just took me getting acclimated and getting used to how these cars drive, and getting, used to the resources they have, and just the way that they approach the weekend, and all the studying and all that. So yeah, I felt like, really these last 2 months, we've kind of started figuring it out, and just have a better understanding of, what I need to do to help the race team, but also the race team has a better understanding of kind of that feel and everything that I look for. And yeah, it's been really good here lately. So hopefully can, keep it up. We definitely have been kind of finding our stride at the right time of the season. Our playoffs start in 3 weeks. So you got to be really good right now. And, fortunately for us, we've been really good here lately.
Yeah, you got to win recently, very recently, as we talk here. You mentioned it, only 3 races to go before the playoffs. In a sport that up until the postseason, and even partially through it, is so points-driven, is it difficult to put yourself in that mentality like, dang, we finished second with this week, but that's good, right? Like, we'll take the points associated with a second place finish. It's better than not finishing at all. Like, how much do you go into a race thinking, I want to win, or I also just, I want to accumulate some good points here?
Yeah, I really feel like it kind of changes depending on your circumstance. Before you have a win, it's all about winning, right? In our sport, if you win, you automatically go into the playoffs. So before you have a win, those second places really sting, just because you don't know if you're going to be locked into the playoffs. And, it's good because obviously if there's not 16 winners, then the points come into play. But you always have to assume that there's going to be 16 winners and you need to win a race. But then even once you have a win, you're still wanting to win other races because you get more playoff points and things like that. But certainly, your circumstances are always changing. But once the playoffs start, I mean, yeah, the wins are extremely important because you move on to that next round. But really that round of 16, round of 12, those are the days where, if you finish second, yeah, obviously you would love to win the race, but you're normally going to be in a pretty good points position, which will really help you for moving on to the later rounds. So, yeah, hopefully we can just, keep being up in the mix. I even said it after last week. If you're running, top 2 and 3 as often as we have these last couple weeks, eventually one of them is going to go your way and you're going to end up winning it. So, yeah, we just have to keep putting ourselves into position, and hopefully we can do that.
Did you see any of the video, watch any of the game of the Braves and the Reds at Bristol, a baseball game at a speedway? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't get to watch the game since it got moved to Sunday,
right.
And but I did see the pre-race or the pregame, on Saturday, and I know they played the first inning, so I saw like the walkout that they did with the pit crews and everything else, and it was really cool. Just for two sports worlds to kind of intercept each other and to be able to have a lot of probably baseball fans go to a racetrack for the first time, and vice versa, the players getting to see kind of what we do. And I think I saw where all of them couldn't believe the banking and just everything else. So hopefully it'll get people to where if they went there for the first time, they're like, man, this is a pretty cool venue. I couldn't imagine what a race looks like, and they come check us out. It's in our playoffs and everything else, so it's always a really cool race. And yeah, it'd be neat to to see what it does for both sports.
If somebody's never been to a NASCAR race before, but they watch it on TV, what do you think would blow them away the most when they saw the whole thing in person for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that TV doesn't do it justice. Just the speed, the sights, the sounds, the smell, even like there's so many things that you can't get on TV. But then just even the access, I have a lot of buddies, that are, professional athletes, and they come to a race and they're just blown away that, we're signing autographs literally right before the national anthem, and even sometimes after the national anthem as we're climbing in the car and taking pictures, and just the access, from the fan side of things. A lot of sporting events you go to, like you're not going to get close to the athlete, right? Where at a NASCAR race, you're high-fiving them and stuff literally minutes before they get in the car sometimes. So it just is a totally different atmosphere, I feel like, than a normal, or not a normal, but just other, stick and ball sports. And yeah, definitely if you haven't came out before, you need to come check it out.
All right, last thing, I'm putting you on the spot here because you brought it up. Can you name drop somebody for me? Who do you stay in consistent touch with who's a pro athlete in another sport?
I would say one of my better buddies, he just retired like 2-3 weeks ago, but Tucker Barnhart, he was a two-time Gold Glover. He's from Indiana, like myself, big NASCAR fan too. So he came out to the race last weekend and hung out with us. But yeah, I would say he's the guy that I probably talked to more than any of them. Cool. But yeah, I got to be a couple friends with, Jake Fraley and Tristan McKenzie and a couple guys on the Guardians and the Reds organization. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
And last thing, is Indiana a racing state or a basketball state?
Oh man, it's both. You got to do one or the other. If you're not playing basketball, you're normally racing. And if you're not racing, you're playing basketball. It's definitely different, just in the state of Indiana for those two sports compared to everywhere else in the country. It's pretty crazy, just the emphasis it has on our state.
Well, your family, I don't know that you had a choice, man, but boy, you're making it happen on the NASCAR circuit. Chase, we so appreciate the time, man. Good luck at the Glen, and stay safe out there, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
A superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
This is what summer should feel like. Warm nights, dusty roads, and the freedom to disappear for a while. At the Summer Spectacular at Alpenhaus, we're helping you find your escape. Travel trailers from $136 a month and fifth wheels starting at $345 a month. It's time to unplug, unwind, and chase down those memories you swore you'd make. So load up the cooler, leave the schedule behind, and follow the road wherever it goes. Don't just remember summer, go live it. The Summer Spectacular is going on now at Alpenhaus RV in Amsterdam and Saratoga.
And now, back to Onorato and Miller. Sponsored by Alpenhaus.
I know I said this last week. I really do enjoy the opportunities to talk with NASCAR drivers because I'm not educated in that world.
No.
And so anytime I talk with them, I feel like I pick up a little more knowledge, even though a lot of the questions I ask are not technical in any way. I like to have some fun with it. But yeah, I enjoy doing those interviews. And Sam said he sat in the 19 car when he was at the Bass Pro Shop the other day.
Pretty cool.
Very cool. Love that, Sam.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
college football season is right here.
Chase, Bass Pro is not close to Watkins Glen.
No, I said that to him after. I said, I don't think
he'll be making a trip to it.
It's a 3 hour. Syracuse picked to finish 12th in the ACC. The media. What is the media now? Finished tied for fourth last season.
You're the media.
I didn't have a vote. I'm not sure where I would have put them. But when I did look at the teams ahead of them, I thought,
it's not out of the question.
The quarterback
They've got to be better.
Is so uncertain, right? That you just don't know.
Yeah, but it felt like no one was really sure on McCord. And I understand McCord was very good at Ohio State. Angeli hasn't really gotten too much of a sniff at Notre Dame. They're very different situations. But still, they've got to be better than 12th. Even if they were like 6th, that would be cool. 6th or 7th.
What's the spread on that Syracuse-Tennessee game?
If they're picked to finish 12th in the ACC, the spread's probably 40.
Now, I can't get it on my app because New York State is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a New York team.
Guys,
bummer.
Come on.
So you got to Google it?
Yeah, not betting on it. Come on.
Yeah, tough. Can't bet on America's college or New York's college team. America's college team. That's Ithaca. Sorry.
Yeah, something like that. 14 and a half. 14
it's going to be more than that. Okay. As I try to, pitch for better than 12, but
not a lot of teams in the ACC.
I don't know that anybody
caliber
knows what Tennessee is going to be either. We're changing quarterbacks there, and all of a sudden it's just going to be like totally fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't feel like a totally fine thing.
Yeah. Here's your preseason top 10. Texas. It feels a little
high,
bloated for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The defending champs. New quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
New stable of running backs.
Yep.
Henderson and Judkins
all
both
of them
went
gone,
to the NFL. But you do have the best non-quarterback in all of college football on your roster, and Jeremiah Smith.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then we get to Penn State. A lot of people thinking the Nittany Lions might win the title this year. They got to the college football playoff semifinals last year. They have everybody back. They have their running backs back. They have their quarterback back. So people love the idea of maybe Penn State.
Until they do it, I'm just never going to believe
That's the thing.
I just am never going to believe it.
Michigan or Ohio State's going to get them at least. And there are other teams in the Big Ten, like Illinois is a very in vogue program this year.
Weird.
We'll see. Georgia at 4, again, new quarterback. Notre Dame, new quarterback.
Happens a lot.
Clemson at 6, Cade Klubnik. I think he might be my pick to win the Heisman.
It feels like he has been there forever. I don't know why it seems like that, but it seems like when Eric Dungy was playing, Cade Klubnik was playing. And I don't know if that's true.
Well,
probably isn't. But
Klubnik took over when DJ Uiagalelei got injured, right? That was our first look at Klubnik. And he pulled off the comeback against Syracuse down at Clemson. Wasn't it Klubnik?
Yeah.
Years ago now?
Maybe.
Okay.
Since then, DJ's played for 3 other teams.
Yeah. Oregon, new quarterback. Alabama, LSU, Miami, new quarterback. Anything jump out to you here? I said Texas at 1 feels, but I don't know. I don't know who I would put above them.
Ohio State.
To be fair.
For me, it's probably Ohio State. I like LSU as like a little bit of a dark horse. I really like their quarterback as like he might be. I don't know what you're going to give me the Heisman in a little bit. I don't know where he stands there, but I have to imagine he's like a top 5 Heisman guy, top 2, 3 Heisman guy.
Yep.
So yeah, I like LSU as a little bit of a dark horse, but I would put Ohio State at 1.
When LSU won the title with Joe Burrow, I nailed that pick.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't bet on your phone yet. I went to Rivers and I put money on LSU to win the conference and to win the national championship. And obviously, they did.
Did you have Burrow for Heisman?
I don't think you can't bet Heisman in New York State.
Oh.
At least not on my FanDuel app. I don't think it's any
Rivers,
different.
I just didn't know.
I don't know that it's any different at Rivers. I have that little feel about LSU this year that if it's going to happen for Brian Kelly there, it would be this year. Okay. Here are your Heisman odds as you alluded to them. Garrett Nussmeier's the guy, plus 900 along with Cade Klubnik.
No way Cade Klubnik wins a Heisman ever. Right? That feels weird. He just doesn't feel like that guy. He doesn't feel like that guy for me.
Okay.
I'll take Jeremiah Smith. I
put these together because last year we put up the Heisman odds.
And I crushed it.
And you said, you better put something on Travis Hunter.
What was Hunter?
Like plus 2,500 or something
Crazy.
Like that. I think that's right. And maybe even a longer shot than that.
Maybe that's the best.
Well, but I didn't bet it.
I know, but maybe that's the best foresight in a sports related question bet that I've ever made and not put money on.
Okay.
All right. So let me look. Let me see if I can do it again.
Arch is the favorite. Nussmeier, who you mentioned.
I'll take Jeremiah Smith.
Okay.
The other ones feel too easy. Yes.
2 straight years. Non-quarterback.
He's the best player in college football.
He is.
So that's where I went. You could have told last year, I could have told he's probably the best player in college football. When you put all of it together, his draft status would tell you he's one of the best. Jeremiah Smith, hammering it. Let's do it again.
Okay. I will find
lover.
I will find the state in which we can make that wager.
Nah, even if I just do it on my own, I'll be proud of myself. I don't care.
You said you like Lenora Sellers too.
I do.
The question, and
I just like
in my mind, I
run.
thought, will South Carolina win enough? But Jaden Daniels was on an 8-4 LSU team and won the Heisman
People
Trophy.
loved him, yeah.
So if the stats are good enough,
it's not as hard. It's still hard. It's not as hard as it is to win MVP in the NFL on a bad team.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Burrow should have won MVP last year.
Yeah.
Maybe. Didn't. But he had no chance. You could do it at this level.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because this isn't about value. It's about who's the best player in the sport. And
technically, the NFL is that way, too.
Then don't even get me on my tangent about value. Don't even send me down that path.
What is value? What does it mean?
Right.
When you pick
you have to make the playoffs. Otherwise, what's the value?
Wins. We always say this. Like if you provide your team 10 extra wins in baseball, you probably
and still miss the playoffs.
Valuable.
Anyway, Drew Aller is Penn State's quarterback. Dante Moore is the UCLA to Oregon transfer. And Jeremiah Love, I thought, was the interesting guy here because Notre Dame has a tougher schedule, I think, than people are giving it credit for. They're like, oh, Notre Dame might go undefeated. And I'm looking at these games. I'm thinking 3 games where they could lose here. I mean, they opened with Miami. They play Texas A&M week.
If they don't beat Miami, then you're done right off the rip.
Yeah. And if they have, let's say, an undefeated season or they lose 1 game and they're back in the playoff, the quarterback, again, is new. Jeremiah Love is the best player on Notre Dame, or offensive player anyway, that he might put up stats that blow you away. And it's like, whoa, okay. Yeah, Notre Dame was successful because of this guy who had a great season as a running back. Maybe.
Right.
But you're in on Jeremiah Smith. Okay.
I am.
Klubnik would be my pick.
Oh, this is exciting because I went opposite.
You thought this guy's the guy, the one name on the screen that you would take off it is Cade Klubnik.
It is. I don't really know why, but he's not built like your typical Heisman quarterback for me.
Okay.
He feels smaller. Isn't he small?
He's not big, but Jalen Hurts won a Heisman. Baker Mayfield won a Heisman.
Jalen Hurts won a Heisman and could run like a running back, but he's not built like Jalen Hurts is built like a man.
Well,
Cade Klubnik is not.
I think you'd look at Cade now and go, okay, he's pretty solid. Okay.
Oh well, we're about to find out.
Yeah, he had a great close to the season. Did
See?
Klubnik.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, I said him, but then if I'm taking a final decision to make money, I'm going with Ohio State.
Jeremiah Smith, yeah. Ramat wants to know, are the Giants going to draft another quarterback next year?
Or should I keep my hopes up? Don't ever keep your hopes up when it comes to the Giants.
I mean, if Arch doesn't come back, Nussmeier is the presumed number 1 overall pick. I know you, again, I'll say his name. I know you don't like his name. Klubnik is a guy that's being talked about as well. But no, I would stick with the Jackson Dart plan here. Mm-hmm. And if you are so bad that you have a top 3 pick and there are other teams that feel like they need a quarterback, I would trade out of that spot. I would stick with the Jackson Dart plan. Right? You moved back into round 1 to get him. Mm-hmm. Let's see what happens here.
Let's let it play out.
And if it's a total disaster, maybe you are at the top of the draft in 2026 when Arch does come out. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't push panic on that situation yet at all. What else do I have here?
Technically, 2027 he would come out.
Sorry, 2027. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Yep. 2027. I think I'd like to hold some of the other stuff that we've got.
Okay. You hold whatever you want
in the show here. Yes, I have to because
we got to do it.
I've got to get to this.
And now, Dirty, Difficult, and Done. Sponsored by Performance Industrial.
How could we?
Sorry, Bill Miller and crew.
Smokes.
Performance Industrial, dirty, difficult, done. Never a job that's too dirty or difficult for them to get it done. This is dirty.
It's so dumb.
But it's also dumb.
Yeah.
Fans throwing objects.
I hate fans.
And these are sex toys onto WNBA courts 4 times in the last week.
So now it's a thing. Now people are just going to keep doing it because they think it's funny and, someone else did it and I'm going to be funny.
Well, the most recent one came the closest to actually hitting a player, Sophie Cunningham of the Fever.
Gross.
I don't understand the impetus here. And I said to a buddy on the phone today, it's only happening because the WNBA is as popular as it is. If this is 2002, nobody's bringing one of these things to a game and throwing it on the court to try to be funny.
But it's like one person does it, it gets attention.
Yeah. Now
we talk about it on the podcast, and it's like, well, I'm going to do it because I'm going to make SportsCenter, or I'm going to make whatever news.
Yeah. Come on, people.
I mean,
grow up. And the problem is these things are being thrown by
men.
Age standard adults.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Men. It's not women throwing sex toys on the court.
Of course,
it's
men.
So gross.
Grow up.
Why are people so
And I get that
mature?
there is, of course, a dangerous factor to it as well, but I'm not even paying attention to that. I'm like, you guys are just being complete idiots.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it. This is a good basketball product. Let that be the story. Enough already. Enjoy the weekend, everybody.